boy Crypto Million back with another one. We got breaking news today from Jasmy. All right, so we're going to be talking about Jasmy, why they could garner institutional interest, and then I'm going to give you a overall outlook from a TNA perspective of the Jasmy chart. So if you like these type of videos, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and keep your favorite crypto and door-to-door entrepreneur inside the algorithms. Now, crypto has been can't even get it out. Crypto's been boring. All right, so the only hypes in today is TRX, right? Tron, right? And I don't know if that's going to be something that's sustainable. So I want to put that out there because I don't want anybody thinking like, oh, this is Tron Maxi. No, I don't. I don't know if it's going to be sustainable. But again, traders, they do like to follow the volume or follow the liquidity. But that's neither here nor there. I want to talk about Jasmy token. First and foremost, let's actually pull it up here on the screen. Down 5% on the day. It's $63 million in 24 volume, and the market cap is slightly under a $1 billion market cap, sitting here at 982 million. All right, so Jasmy has been in a little bit of a I don't want to say it's not bad, right? Because a lot of people, they'll, when you give honest videos on Jasmy, it's like, oh, it's the end of the world. No, it's not bad, right? In some cases, projects need to correct or go down for new buyers to come in, right? So I just want to make that clear. And also, there's a lot of opportunity with blue chips right now. There is a lot of opportunity. So you don't have to necessarily be a degen because even the blue chips in the projects we look at as long-term plays are down 60-70% from all-time highs. So I want to make that clear. Now, Horror just dropped this tweet here. So he says, Jasmy is pleased to announce the launch of NCCX, a carbon credit exchange. And this is an example of what to expect from Jasmy as far as the roadmap, right? So they've been talking about this carbon credit exchange for a while, and they're actually starting an exchange business that's compliant with Japanese regulations. So one of the main reasons we seen the correction from Jasmy was the Japan yen trade, right? Because it affected the entire economy of Jasmy, and we seen a little bit of the price go down, right? Because their economy took a hit, right? But now they said, hey, we're not gonna raise interest rates. We're just gonna chill for a second and let this stuff kind of like come back to normal, right? Because it just messed up the entire market, right? It messed up the entire market. So again, when people kind of what they do is they just kind of like in a way, right? So most people look at Jasmy just from a crypto perspective, and they downplay the fact that it's actually a company in Japan. So Jasmy is actually a real company, right? So they're creating this carbon credit exchange, and I want to talk about how this is huge from an institutional standpoint. Now, if you don't know what carbon credits are, right, just follow me, right? Picture this, right? Picture a huge balloon, right? And every time that you drive a car or build a factory, it takes a little bit of air, puts a little bit of air in the balloon, right? It puts a little bit of air in the balloon, right? And you don't want to put so much air in the balloon to that it pops, right? So this is kind of like the carbon in going green and how we're working to save trees and have a better world, because the more stuff that we build, right, technology, just look at the smart cities and stuff that's actually going into Japan. If you go look at what they're building in the culture, it's a lot of new stuff coming up, smart cities and things of that sort. Because of this, the more cars we put out, right, that take gas, right, the more the CO2 we put back into the world, right? And eventually that becomes unhealthy for us as humans. So every time we put out that CO2, we need something that's going to pretty much take that CO2 out of the environment, like trees, right? So what companies do is they purchase these carbon credits, right? And every time they build something, they purchase carbon credits so that that liquidity can go to building trees, right? Because the more trees, the more things are green, the more it takes out of that CO2, and it keeps a healthy world for us. So That's just an example. So what's happening is it's a lot of companies that's like double buying carbon credits. That it's not being counted correctly. So in some cases, companies are getting more credit than they should. Right? They might say, hey, I bought this much carbon credits, but really they bought this much. Right? You get what I'm saying? So what the exchange does, the fact that it's on the blockchain, it makes it more transparent. Right? So launching the carbon credit exchange, Jasmy could play a crucial role in verifying and trading carbon credits with full transparency and security. For example, a company looking to offset its carbon footprint could use NCCX to purchase carbon credits. These transactions, recorded on Jasmy's blockchain, would ensure no double counting or fraud, making the process more trustworthy. As more companies and consumers engage with NCCX for carbon offsetting, the increased utility and demand for Jasmy's platform and services could drive the value of Jasmy coins upwards, similar to how VeChain's token gained value through its successful real-world applications. And we all know, for example, VeChain partnered with several companies to track and verify projects' authenticity. And last cycle, VeChain blew up, right? It blew up in the supply and demand area of or market, should we say, such as tracking the entire lifestyle of luxury products and manufacturing to retail. This transparency and efficiency built through the blockchain boosted VeChain's credibility and demand, driving the value of its token. So we're expecting that this can have the same effect on the Jasmy price, because a lot of companies yeah, they want to build new things, right? They want to build new cars, they want to build more factories, right? But they don't want to be known for that company that's destroying the world, right? That's harming humanity, because they're constantly building things that's putting CO2 into the balloon, and eventually the balloon pops. So we need more trees, right? We need to go green. We need to be more environmental friendly to find that balance, right? So every time there's something being built, companies purchase these carbon credits, and then they put out trees, they plant more trees and stuff like this, and it takes the CO, the trees. Of course, if you went to school, right? Science school. They soak in that CO2, right? And they keep that balance so we don't consistently just keep filling up the balloon. So at the end of the day, this could garner institutional interest, because how I look at it, if they are Japan, right? They're doing a lot of this smart city things. Everything is smart city, right? And of course, you can't. In some cases, when you build something, a factory, for example, that factory it needs to emit CO2. That's just how things work, right? So you need an offset to that, and this is why, from an institutional standpoint, we could see some interest here in the Jasmy token. So glad to know that they're creating an exchange. I never heard of a carbon credit exchange. So that's also very intriguing, right? That's very, very intriguing, because a lot of people don't talk about this aspect of life, right? Life, right? The we're shortening humanity's lifespan by all of the things that we are building. So yeah, you could be a creator, you could be a builder, but you're not seeing how it harms the environment, right? And you don't want to be that company known for harming the environment. Hence, you can see a partnership with Jasmy where they can buy some carbon credits with transparency and security, and be able to and do what's right, right? Do what's right, right? Plant trees, making become more environmental friendly, right? Now, from a price action standpoint, Jasmy is oversold on a weekly. So for anybody that's looking at it as an opportunity or just DCA, I would personally be looking for the stock RSI cross. We haven't gotten it yet, so we are technically still bearish and below the VWAP, right? So I wouldn't get too excited until we get a stock RSI cross on the weekly. We need to hold structure here. We need to hold this structure here if we continue to fall down. So we need to start holding the structure of our last bull flag and somehow get back into our support of the current bull flag. Even though right now you can pretty much say it's invalid, right? It's invalid. We've broken down and we went in a downtrend. So we have to get back above 2.5 pennies for us to be back confirmed back in that little area that we need to be, where we're in bull flag area. So I just want to make that clear. Again, you're seeing the sales kind of outweigh the buys, so it's still a lot of selling pressure. But you can see that sell pressure, sell volume kind of like dying down. So eventually, next leg up will happen for a lot of altcoins. Most of them I'm seeing are oversold, right? They're oversold and looking for the stock RSI cross. So guys, that's all I got for you. Again, Jasmy is in a downtrend. It is bearish on the weekly. The weekly charts take 4 to 8 weeks to play out, right? About a month to 2 months. You gotta understand, TNA is it long term TNA, right? Stretches out, right? If you're looking at the weekly chart, um, maybe 1 or 2 months. So I just want to make that clear, right? There's 4 weeks in a month. There's 8 weeks in 2 months. So 4 to 8 weeks, we can start to see the weekly chart play out where we do get the stock RSI cross, and then we get a confirmation above 20 of bullish momentum. But Jasmy should be looked at as a long-term play. I think a carbon credit exchange is good, right? Because we need more companies to go green, to be more environmental friendly. And if we're going to consistently put out things that put more air into the bubble, CO2, we need to make sure that we are invested into things that take that CO2 out of the bubble, just so we can have that balance and create a more healthy world. So guys, let me know what y'all think about Jasmy and them creating this carbon credit exchange. Hopefully I explained that to where people can understand. I wanted to try to use like a real world example, like the balloon. Hopefully y'all get it. All right. So again, like, subscribe if you want, into the Jasmy content. I'll try to, drop some more content throughout the rest of the day. My name is Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.